Welcome to today's video where we're going to be doing a Q&A and I'm in my car. I don't think I've ever done a video in this car before, but I thought, why not? I've just dropped Lauren off for an appointment. I'm going to wait around for about 25 minutes, half an hour anyways. So why not? Let's do it. We have got a whole bunch of questions on YouTube and a whole bunch of questions on Instagram, and let's just get right into them. Starting with the questions on YouTube, I'll try my best to answer them, but I haven't seen them before. It's the first time I'm seeing them. So we've got, I'm not going to say any names here, but we've got, first question, do you think if I got a sale on Redbubble or any other platform, it will help me get more sales, even for the design that I published early? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the design you published early. Now, in terms of getting sales, will that help you get more sales? It kind of depends. Let's say you're doing it on Amazon, then yes, because hopefully you'll tier up and then you'll be allowed to do more designs and hopefully get more sales like that. Now, actually, speaking of Amazon, they recently changed the way that their tier system works, and you can actually do so many more products, even if you're on tier 10, but we're not gonna talk about that now. So if you got one sale on Redbubble, will you get another sale? I mean, hopefully, but it's not really like a snowball effect, really. You would think that after getting one sale, it will show a bit better in the rank, and then you'll get another sale, and hopefully that will be the case, but it's no guarantees. The next question is, what is the best vacation you've ever had and why? That's a good question. I don't know. I did a really fun American road trip last summer. That was a pretty good vacation. I got engaged, which kind of made it really high on my list. As well as that, we rented sick Mustangs. We drove across, you know, the west coast of America. We just saw incredible things. So I'd say that is one of the best vacations. Iceland is also very high up on that list. So yeah, where did you get the idea of print on demand? The idea wasn't mine. Print on demand was there long before me. Not quite sure what you mean by that question. And if you mean how did I start print on demand? Well, a couple of years ago I took a course about print on demand. It taught me how to do it and I gave it a go and it worked. That's kind of how I got into it. Hi Shimmy, how can I use photos from my phone to create good print on demand designs? I have Affinity Suite. When you mean photos from your phone, do you mean photos that you've taken? Because I mean, I've made a video on how to do the grunge effect, and if I remember, I'll put it over here, but I'm not the biggest fan of just slapping an image on a t-shirt and selling it. I feel like some companies like Supreme and like Topshop and certain companies can get away with it because that's just their style. But I think for print on demand, having a picture slapped onto a t-shirt looks a bit silly. But that's why if you are going to do it, try the grunge effect around it to kind of not make it look so harsh with harsh lines. Next one. I got my first sale on Redbubble, but I heard that they are closing shops again. Is that right? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well done, by the way, on getting your first sale. Sorry, that clap was probably really loud. But well done on getting your first sale. That's incredible. Nice work. Don't be worried about them closing shops. Just try and stick to the terms yourself. Don't do anything wrong, you know, copyright, trademark. Try not to do any tag spamming, even though technically that's allowed. It's debatable. But just try and stick to the terms and conditions of what's allowed and you should be absolutely fine. This next question is completely in Russian, but if I remember correctly, after doing a translation, it said something like, hi, I'd love a bit of motivation. How can you motivate, you know, me to keep going? And I would just say, if I got that translation right, I would say, don't give up. Just keep trying. It can take a while, whether or not you're doing print on demand or any other business. Sometimes it can take absolutely ages, and that's perfectly normal. With our Amazon business, right, it took quite a few months before we, you know, started making it a proper business. With print on demand, it was a bit more instant, but the point is, it can take a while to start getting sales. If you give up, well then you have no chance. I mean, think of it like this, right? If you put the effort in and you put the work in, right, you have the chance of making it work. If you give up, you are completely stripping yourself of that chance. You have absolutely no chance of making it work because you gave up, right? Think about that, right? The more information you put out there, the more chance of some of it being picked up, some of it being seen and actually making some money. The last question on YouTube is talented organic marketing by print on demand users plus Etsy and the likes compared to print on demand companies that also push clients design. Eventually, of course, do both, but which was more effective? So basically the question is Etsy and Printful with very good marketing or relying on like Redbubble or Amazon. I've always been a big fan of the marketing approach to print on demand. I think if you are a good marketer, you're going to make it big with print on demand, because yes, being a good designer is important, but there are so many designs that are just text-based t-shirts that are really easy, that you really don't have to worry about in terms of, you don't need crazy graphics. And if you want crazy graphics, you have platforms like Vexels or Placeit or Canva where you can get graphics from. My favorite is Vexels, then Placeit, then Canva. And all the links to those, by the way, is in the description if you want to get them. They are affiliate links, I just have to say that. But I don't have to say that, but I want to say that. But I would say my favorite approach is the marketing with Printful and Etsy, or Printify and Etsy, or something like that. The Redbubble and Amazon approach does work. So, like you said at the bottom, do both. You may as well do both. It doesn't really take that much extra time to upload your designs onto Amazon and onto Redbubble and also onto Etsy. So you may as well just do it and let Etsy and let Redbubble and Amazon try and get sales for you. And I just have to quickly say, with Etsy, right, Etsy is one of the biggest marketplaces for this kind of thing. So I know you say here doing marketing yourself for Etsy, but with Etsy, they can actually push your design and get you way more sales than Redbubble or Amazon for that matter. Etsy is absolutely huge, and it's very underlooked to a lot of people. So definitely get that Etsy and Printful connection going. And I'll put another video up here where you can go and check that out, and where I actually do a full tutorial on Etsy and Printful. Okay, that was YouTube. Let's have a look at my Instagram questions. I've got a few questions on Instagram. First one is, give a discount on the Amazon FBA course. So if anyone's wondering, we do an Amazon FBA course. You're asking for a discount. Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Based on all the Amazon FBA courses that we've seen, we try to price ourselves the cheapest to make ourselves the most affordable for people, because when we think of an Amazon FBA business, the money that you are saving should go towards stock and actually creating the business. We didn't want to take that much money away from you to actually teach you, which is why we only charge £499 for our course, which based on other courses that are thousands, it's actually quite a good price. So yeah, the link for that is in the description as well. You need a MacBook Pro for designing print on demand. Which one do you recommend? Well, actually, I would say go for the new M1 MacBook Air. You probably don't need the MacBook Pro, just if you're doing designing. They both have the M1 chip. They're both really, really powerful. And I do a lot of tech reviews on my other YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. You can go and check that out. It's called Electric Lifestyle. It's very, very new. It's got like 300 and something subscribers. But I'm building it up. I am building it up. But anyways, I would suggest, the MacBook Air or the MacBook Pro M1 with the M1 chip, maybe 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. If you're doing video editing, Photoshop work, then maybe 16 gigabytes will be better for you. And it's not very expensive. It really, really isn't that bad. Okay, which print-on-demand provider are you using at the moment? Printful is really giving me a headache. That's a shame. I really like Printful. I think their t-shirt quality is amazing, and I'm going to do my t-shirt review video soon. I think that they deliver one of the fastest, not including Amazon merch, but they deliver within 6 days, and every single time I'm in order with them, it's been within 6 days. So I really like them. So that's a shame. I would recommend, looking at Printify, Motif, Square Shop. Any of those platforms are also very good. And then if you want to go for a platform that does the marketing for you as well, you've got Redbubble, which you can go for if you want, and then you've also got merch by Amazon, as well as other ones like T-Chip and all those kind. I've done a whole video on all the different platforms if you want to see it, and again, if I remember, I will put it up here, so definitely go and check that one out. And then last question on Instagram for the moment. I'm going to circle back a bit later in the day and answer a couple more questions from my flat, but the last question is training Facebook ads for beginner dropshipping. Not sure what that question is. I feel like you want some Facebook ad training for beginners for dropshipping. Okay, I will look into making some videos about that. All right, so those are the questions I have for now. I'm going to circle back a bit later and answer some more questions. And the last two questions of this Q&A are these. The first one is Teespring integration with Amazon still available? Because it used to be quite a big thing with Teespring. You used to be able to make so much money because Teespring has a huge range of products that Amazon don't. So you were able to kind of, integrate them. Now it's changed a bit with Spring, and quite honestly, I haven't tried to set up the integration with Spring and Amazon, so I'm not sure if it's available or if it's not available. I do know the boosted network with ads now advertising on Etsy, Amazon, all those other platforms. I don't think they do that anymore. So is this still available? It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, but I would recommend actually contacting Teespring. And then the last question I should say is Etsy and Printful print on demand worth it? I don't see why not. I mean, I think it's worth it. I've got a whole video on it over here because a lot of people think it's not worth it due to the fact that you've got to lay out a bit of money. You know, if you get a sale, you then got to lay out some money to pay for the t-shirt and then get it sent out. But really, it's not the biggest deal because you get paid a couple of days later. So do I think it's worth it? Yes. Out of all the platforms, you've got Amazon Merch, you've got Redbubble, Teespring, Teeship, TeePublic, Etsy, Printful. You've got so many different platforms. I very, very much think Printful and Etsy is a good integration and a good platform to go for. So definitely try that out. And that is it for today's Q&A. So thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, smash that like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I don't know if you can see, but I'm very close to 50,000 subscribers, kind of very close. And every time you subscribe, I'll be that much closer. So thank you very much for that. And hopefully I will see you in either tomorrow's video or Sunday's video.